Okay, so we'll continue with that, which means it is a fruitless discussion actually. Carrying so much of gold from Chennai to Delhi or from Delhi to Chennai. So as a result, they have settled it at the end of accounting year or something like that. So what is the news for us now? Which means gold was used as a currency. Since gold was physically very heavy, you cannot carry from one place to another. So some token was introduced, and that token is called as the paper currency. But one thing has to be understood, when it was linked to gold, every paper currency, when you actually give it to your kingdom will give you gold in return. This was called as gold standard. But what happened was, in WW1, there is in World War One, every country fought the war and everybody was devoid of all the resources. So United States said, what will I do with your currency? Because the currency has to be backed up by gold only. If I get your currency, what will I do with your currency? Do you think I'll give the currency to you and get some goods and services? No, I do not want your goods and services, because my country is plentifully available. That is, my country is abundant with the goods and services and the resources. So I'm so happy with the goods I have. Which means your country has to pay me the debt. That is the payment you have to pay for the goods and services or the military supplies or for the medical supplies you have received in WW1 and WW2. For all the payments that you are due to pay to me, don't pay me in your own currency which is linked to gold, rather pay in gold directly. As a result, all the countries who were then indebted to USA, because they have bought so many weapons and medical supplies from the country, that is US, they have all left with no situation but to send tons and tons of gold to USA. As a result, after World War II, at the end of World War II, see, in both World War I and World War II, United States entered into the war only at the fag end and won over the World War without losing so many manpower or the resources onto the World War. That is World War that has been fought. World War One is at least okay, but World War II, they did not even had a fair fight. They actually dropped atom bomb over Hiroshima and Nagasaki, and Japan was all of a sudden, it was in a shock, because until that moment none of the country knew that there was something called as atom bomb which could devastate the whole country. One more unfair methodology that USA adopted was, in World War II, Japan was attacked by United States not on the military personnel of Japan. They did not attack the Japanese military men. Rather, they attacked the urban most or civilized people who were living in the city. So the cities were being devastated. As a result, the whole world was in a shock, because can you imagine, there is a person who is holding a weapon, and if he just unleashes the weapon, the whole country will be devastated or the whole world will be devastated. This sent so much of what do you call this sent so much of anger. Along with that, they are very afraid of USA, because USA is the only country who holds an atomic bomb, nuclear weapon. No other country has that. Which means all the country, irrespective of whether the United States has gold or not, every country was so afraid of USA. Because what if USA handles the same kind of technology to my country also? What will happen to my country? That is the problem that has happened with the 1944 situation. And that is where World War One and World War II was happening, and USA entered in the last moment and won over the war, and whole international countries were indebted to USA, and USA collected all the war money, that is all the money that was due to USA in terms of gold. So at the end of World War II, United States had literally 70% of the total gold reserves of the world. அப்போ என்ன சொன்னா, now when there is an international trade between two countries, the two countries has to do it in terms of gold standard தானே. That is in terms of gold. You give me one gold coin for the good, or I'll give you one gold coin for this good. This is how you do the trade. But then, since none of the countries are having more than 30%, all the countries of the world put together, they had only 30% of gold reserves at the time, 1944. Appo what happened was, there was an agreement that has been entered into by allied nations, 44 allied nations, under the premises of United States and UK. That is, Great Britain and USA were hosting it, and 44 countries came under their premises. And what was agreed upon? Any international country, if you want to do any business with each other, you have to do it only in terms of dollar. Because I say so, because one thing is, they're afraid, right? Because At that point of time, nobody was having a nuclear weapon. USA had. So if you're not listening to it, then you might be you might be nowhere. And number two is they have the gold in a very they had plenty of gold. And since every country in that momentum, they were actually following gold with their currencies. They said since gold is highly abundant with USA, all the international transactions shall be carried over in terms of dollar. For example, J.M. Keynes was hosting the Bretton Woods Agreement on behalf of Great Britain. And on the side of United States, there was a representative who was representing USA. Both of these people informed the world that just how, like what, you can tell it in an example. In India, if you take in the case of India, southern part of India has to travel to northern part of India, and they have to take 100 gold coins. They're not able to do so, so they're taking the taken. Just like how people within a country are not taking gold, exactly physical gold for transaction, the whole international platform should not take exact physical gold for transaction. Instead of using physical gold, you use dollar. So every world country now started demanding dollar, because for any purchase from other countries, for any import, they have to pay now in terms of dollar. Because the import, that is the exporting country, and you are the importing country. For anything you want to pay, you have to pay in dollars. Because Spain said, I'll only receive dollars. For anything I export from my country, I'll receive only dollars. France said, for anything I export from my country, I'll receive only dollars. Every exporting country said that I'm ready to export, but the importing country has to pay me in dollars only, because only dollar are directly convertible into gold, because gold are in abundance with USA. As a result, you got a new world order called as a dollarization. Everything was dollarized. Any international transaction has to be carried over in terms of dollar. Like I said, the Delhi Sultanate, who had to pay 10 gold in future, he was not actually paying, he was only holding the token. As I said you in the example, for example, there are two parties. This party is holding token for 100 gold coins. This party is holding the token for 90 gold coins, which they have paid. And at the end of the day, who has to pay for whom? If Delhi consumed for 100 gold coins and Chennai has consumed only for 90 gold coins, Delhi has to pay Chennai 10 gold coins. Yes, that is the balance that Delhi has to pay to Chennai. Just like this, the whole world maintained a trade balancing method in such a fashion. Anything they want to buy and sell, they sold and bought it for in terms of dollars. At the end of the day, when they hold dollars, they were holding it in a belief that whenever I want gold, I can give this dollar and I can get gold. But in 1970, every world country was shocked to hear that America was running out of gold. Which means in 1944, when the agreement was entered, they said 1 ounce of gold will be equal to $35. 1 ounce of gold will be equal to $35. This was the fixed exchange rate system. So, if anybody wants to sell a product for 1 ounce of gold, they can receive the payment either in terms of 1 ounce of gold, or they can receive $35. Both are equal for any country, because $35, when you give to United States, they'll give you 1 gold coin. That is 1 ounce of gold. Which means whole world was very happy, or at least they were very comfortable to deal the international trade in terms of dollars, because it was fixed that for every $35 you give me, I'll give you 1 ounce of gold. On this basis of belief, every world country was entering into the international trade in terms of dollar. But what America did in the meantime, after 1944, America printed as many dollars as it wanted, and it gave the dollars to any country from which it wanted to consume goods and services. For example, USA printed many dollars, and it spent the dollars on Gambia, Libya, Morocco, Spain, France, Japan, okay, India, and on every country it could imagine, it spent the dollars like anything. And Germany, for example, they held dollars very, 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 very humbly, because they were believing that every $35 they accumulate, they can convert that into 1 ounce of gold, and Japan was holding the dollars very dutifully because they thought every $35 can buy 1 ounce of gold. Likewise, every country was holding it in a belief that they could convert the dollars into gold, but none of them converted. That is the biggest that is the biggest favorable point for USA. Everybody started to accumulate the dollars. None of them was actually converting every dollar they have into gold. But also there is one more why is that USA is printing so much of dollars and they're consuming so much? Do you think that they have paid Germany in dollars, they have paid Japan, they have paid Libya, they have paid India, they paid China, they paid to Mongolia, they paid to Manchuria, to every country it is paying in dollars? Do you think they are getting the goods and services and consume for America itself? No, America hardly has 30 crore population, okay, and that too by the time of 1945 to 1970 their population did not even cross 25 crores, which means not that the whole world will produce so many goods and services. All the goods and services will be consumed by USA in the span of 25 years, that is between 1945 and 1970. No, I don't think so. Which means the United States has supplied US dollar to all the countries and procured so many goods and services, and it has given the goods and services mainly military equipments. Okay, it has purchased so many military equipments, so many medical supplies, so many food supplies from all over the countries, and it has supplied to many other countries. For what purpose? For conducting a war. For example, Vietnam War was fully financed by USA. What do you mean by financing a war? United States will say to the Vietnam counterparty, that is, in Vietnam there is a civil war going on. Civil war means inside a country two people are fighting. For example, in India, Hindus and Muslims fight. This is a civil war. And in Syria also there is a civil war. Shia and Sunni Muslims will fight. Shia Muslims says they are superior, and Sunni Muslims say they are superior, whatever. So which means these two different parties of Muslim religious counterparties, they fight each other within the same country. Which means within the country, if you fight with each other, that is called a civil war. And if you fight with the other country, that is called an international war. So Vietnam War was being financed by America, which means it says to the Vietnam party, that is who is being supported by USA. USA supports a party inside Vietnam. It says that I'll give you military equipments, I'll give you food supplies, I'll give you medical supplies, I'll give you the gun, I'll give you everything. You fight the war. At the end of this day, you should win. If you win, you should listen to me. You should listen to whatever I say. If you find an oil resource in your country, you should only sell it to me. If you find gold mines in your country, you should only sell it to me. If you have water abundance, you should only sell it to me. This kind of war was happening. Between 1945 and 1970, you can see many war being financed by USA. While Germany, Japan, Libya, India, Manchuria, Mongolia were all accumulating dollar as if they are dutifully doing that as a duty, America was expanding their military presence in almost all parts of the world. Which means in 1970, what happened was, for example, in 1944, the fixed rate was, if you give $35, we'll give you 1 ounce. Okay, 1 ounce of gold. But in 1970, what happened, 1 ounce of gold was equivalent to more than $35. More than $35. Ma'am, what do you mean by this? Because United States has printed so many dollars in such a fashion, you can for easier calculation, I would say, at the end of the day, 1 ounce of gold was more than 35. For example, we'll take this. During 1944, when they measured, they said 1 gold coin is equal to $1. But in 1970, what happened, 1 gold coin is equal to $10. Why do you think? Or 1 gold coin is equal to $100. Why? Because now the dollar is high in supply with that of gold. As a result, more dollars has to be given to buy the same amount of gold. Which means Americans were shocked in 1970 when the then President Nixon announced that 1970 Nixon, that is like how Trump is a president now. Then President was Nixon. He said, now we are going to detach the gold with the dollar, because he did not say the exact reason, but the exact reason is United States was running out of gold. If they had 1 gold, they were fixing the dollar as $1. But now they have $100 for every 1 gold coin. As a result, they were shocked, because if now the whole world countries now surrendering their gold, what will happen? For every $1 they surrender, they cannot give an 1/100th of gold coin. which means every country has to receive one gold coin. If that is to be the situation, every country has to surrender $100. But what is that these countries are thinking? These countries are thinking that for every dollar I'll get one gold coin. But actually, what happened in 1970 was only if they give $100, they'll get one gold coin. See, these numbers are for your understanding purpose. This is not the exact number that happened. The exact number that happened was $35. I mean, like $35 can buy 1 ounce of gold. Okay, in 1944, and it became inflated. So what happened? Americans are so shocked because now, if they want to import something, hitherto, that is before that, before 1970, they were paying only $1 to buy a product. Now they have to pay $100 for buying the same product, because now 100 gold coins can only buy one gold coin. $100 can buy one gold coin. But hitherto, they were only paying $1 because world believed that $1 is equal to one gold coin. As a result, for Americans, import became very costlier. Okay, and for the world it was a shocking experience, because now all the dollars that we possess have become literally useless. So the whole world was on the brink of, why should I use dollar? I'm going to just junk it. I'm just going to not at all use dollar. Every world country was coming into the realization, or they were coming into the reality, knowing that, oh my god, the dollar is of no use. What am I going to do with the dollar? When they came into that kind of situation, right at that point, Nixon shocked the world with another thing called as petrodollar. They now said, you all have dollar, don't worry, now I'm going to have a deal with the Saudi Arabia, because the whole world has only oil reserves in three main places. One is USA, number two is Venezuela, number three is Middle East. What he did was, so far you guys were demanding dollar for consumption of world goods and services, because the world countries believed that dollar is linked to gold. So instead of using gold coin, you used dollar. No, now what is it you're supposed to do? The whole world are now into another trap, which is woven by United States, because United States entered into an agreement with Saudi Arabia. This is to be put in short like this. Whole world needed oil, because industrial revolution has already began and it has spilled all over the world. Every country needed oil, petrol, diesel, natural gas, everything. But those resources were only highly abundant with USA, Middle East and Venezuela. So Venezuela, again in Venezuela, United States financed a war, civil war. Meaning thereby Venezuela was under the domination of United States by putting so much of pressure on Venezuela, such that Venezuela should not be able to supply oil freely to any country. As a result, what happened? The whole world has to depend upon the Middle East countries like Saudi Arabia to buy oil. Now what these United States people did, USA said, any world country, if you want to buy oil, then you have to go to Saudi Arabia or to me. If you want to come to me and buy oil, you have to pay me in dollars. In the same way, even if you go to Saudi Arabia and buy oil, then also you have to pay only in terms of dollar. The world was shocked. What happened? United States and Saudi Arabia entered into a deal, signing thereby every oil resource that is being sold from Saudi Arabia to the rest of the world can be sold only for dollar. As a result, what happened? So far the world was using dollar instead of gold. See, everybody can use gold for transaction, but since it is very heavy, they used currency, and since all the currency has lost its power due to the whole gold accumulated with USA, every world member used United States dollar instead of what? Gold. But when there was a situation that gold was very less and the United States dollar was inflated, that is more in supply, the whole world started to realize that so far for the last 25 years, all my people, that is all my country's people, have worked so hard, produced so many goods and services, and all those goods and services have been exported to receive some dollar. And now they say the dollar has no value because the United States has printed as many dollar as he pleases, and he just bought all the goods that my people have so hardly, like with so much of hard work, my people have produced goods and services. It has been easily consumed by US by just supplying the trash papers called as dollars, and they used these goods and services to kindle the civil war and international war between many countries. As a result, what has happened today? Every country is having so much of dollars, but those dollars have no value. every country was at the brink of, why should I use dollar, should I trash it? That kind of feeling has seeped into every international country, and that is when United States came with yet another trap called as petrodollar. Now they said, you are going to use, the whole world is going to now use the dollar instead of what? Saudi Arabian currency, which means anybody who wants to buy oil either from USA or from Saudi Arabia or from any country in the Middle East, now you have to pay in terms of dollar, which means every country in the world, they wanted oil. They did not want dollar. They never wanted dollar. They wanted oil for their economy, but United States said that if you want oil, you have to pay in terms of dollar, and that is the reason why countries wanted dollar. As a result, even till date, the demand for dollar is very high when compared to other currencies, and that is why dollar is always very expensive for you to buy. I hope this video would be very useful to you, and please subscribe to the channel, like the video, and comment about the doubts you have. We will definitely help you in whatever way we can, in terms of qualitative content and in the way that we could enrich your knowledge. Thank you so much for your patience in listening to the classes and to the videos that we have been providing you. Thank you so much.